Three, two, one, go.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Money Multiplier with Kim. Today is part 3 of my conversation with my special guest, Boris to teach us how to maximize and fine-tune our business. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Money Multiplier with Kim. Today is part 3 of my conversation with my special guest, Boris Kirillov, on teaching us how to fine-tune our business. Hi, Boris. Thanks for coming back. How are you today?
Hello, everyone. Hi, Kim. Fine. How about you?
I'm doing great. Happy. Everything's good. Rainy day here in New Jersey, but all good, all good. So today, I know I wanted to have a conversation with you and about, kind of looking ahead, some initiatives that you guys have, maybe some, exciting developments in your business, because I know everybody would love to hear what you got cooking and what, they can expect from you guys in the near future.
Well, that's a great question. Looking ahead, we are planning a big launch of our new product. Actually, we had a book called Growth on Demand, which describes a few strategies that we offer for our clients to implement. We have revised this book and added a few tips on how to implement those strategies, because before that, the book was describing the results that you might have by putting this in place. Right now, there are some additions. They are structured to describe our Magic Quick Wins framework, which actually helps the reader to implement these things into their business.
That's great. Where can we find this book? I would love to take a look at that myself.
Well, there will be an announcement on our website, goperform.pro.
Okay, great.
And
so,
in addition to this book, we offer a bunch of bumps. Actually, the implementation guides for every strategy, like literally it's a copybook of what to do to have that thing working. There are some video instructions and some audio to help you actually improve your business with minimal efforts.
I like that because the visual, for me, I'm a visual person. To sit and read something is just very difficult for me. So having that, watching a video, it kind of sinks in a little bit more. And I think it's more interactive when someone's looking at a video and they can stop and go back and then they kind of, hear something and maybe hear it a few times. Because it takes, I know for myself, it takes a few times for stuff to sink in. So having that option to, look at a video or, to kind of see the inner workings of how it all goes is important. So that's great. I love that. Having that ability to have different types of platforms to be able to learn these strategies.
All right. And we actually offer support for our readers. It's a set of marathons of implementing various strategies. Let's say a group of people are working on JVs, and we actually help the group to establish new connections to enhance their current interactions with their partners, so that all those results could be visible and easy to understand. Like, you are doing something and the results are there, but you're not sure either it is good or not, or are you doing the right thing, or how will that affect your business? It's just you're doing something.
Right.
And with this approach, you can be absolutely sure that you are doing the right thing in right time and getting right results, which can be right before you on a piece of paper, on a screen, or whatever.
And that's great too, because I was just going to ask you that too, is just to have, I have a board in my office and I try to, put things on that board that I know that that day, those are things that I have to accomplish, or that is something that I have to do that day that needs to get done. Or, like your strategies, right? I'd put those strategies up on the board and say, okay, did I do that today? At the end of the day, did I accomplish one or two at least of those strategies or those steps that you talk about implementing? Did I do that today, right? Did I check that off? Did I check that box off today? And having, like, again, I'm a visual person, so if it's not right in front of me, it kind of gets lost, right? So when we have things in front of us, like having a vision board, right? You have a vision board and every day you look at it and say, why am I doing this today? Why, what is it that I'm doing today that's going to get me to that point, right? What am I doing today that's going to maximize my profits in my business? It's going to make my business grow. Because that's, at the end of the day, that's every business owner's desire, right? Is to grow their business. And how can I do that instead of staying stagnant and just doing the same thing day after day and never increasing or never making that business better? And in you giving them those tools, like, having a checklist is great, because again, that's holding them somewhat accountable for their actions, right? And if we don't hold ourselves accountable, who's going to, right? So having, people like yourself in your company teach people about a little bit of, self-awareness and the word I was looking for, I can't even, it's not coming to me at the moment, but to be responsible for yourself, be responsible for your actions. And be accountable. That's it. That's the word I was looking for. Accountable. That accountable for anything in our lives. It doesn't necessarily mean business, but in personal, you have to be accountable, and you have to know that your actions always have an outcome and a consequence. So having that ability that when you give people tools, that's when it really works, because they have tools in hand that they can work with. If it's something you're just kind of saying to yourself, I got to do this and I got to get this done today, it's not a tool. It's, you're giving them the tools that they can use to grow their business. And you're not talking, and what I love most about it is that it's not going to take them a lot of time, right? So,
Exactly.
and so the other thing another question for you. So when you talk about your business evolving, what is it that you're looking to accomplish in your business that meets the user's needs, right? How is your business evolving to meet the needs of, your users?
Well, that's a great question. Basically, we are offering a very flexible approach because we're dealing with different areas and different businesses, and every business owner has his own pain points. And to address them correctly, we have various tools. So we're constantly developing our tool set to our combinations of various approaches. And
But to
also,
adapt to each individual business, like you said, all businesses are different, right? Everybody, people are different and businesses are different. It's, again, comes down to understanding.
exactly. Yes. We're flexible in terms of the delivery of our services. We can meet one-on-one, we can do it in groups, we can do it on phone calls or video calls, whatever. Or we can just provide instructions to follow and to make the accountability calls. Like, have you done this? No. What stopped you from doing that? Well,
Right.
no time. Okay, then how can we help you? Maybe we'll have a look at your schedule or something like that. Find a spot for doing that.
Yeah.
Well,
I think setting up calls, like that's really a good idea. That's a great idea, is to, again, come to that accountability, is like set up a monthly call, set up a call at the end of the month and say, hey, how did everything go this month? Did you guys struggle with anything? How did what we teach you work? Did it, were you able to fit it into your day? Get, again, holding them accountable.
right,
Yeah.
right. Basically, it's the bare bone of our approach, holding people accountable for using our instrument. It's basically like, going into the gym. If you just buy membership and do not attend, that won't change anything, right? But you paid your
Right.
money. And there is no one to blame for not getting results but yourself. It's
right.
exactly the same with our approach, because we cannot do the push-ups for you.
Right. You can, like I said, you can only lead them. You can't make them do it, right? You can
Right.
lead them to where they need to go. But again, I think, like you said, that accountability factor, when people feel like they're being held accountable to something, they really put more of an effort into it. When they have someone who's kind of looking over your shoulder and kind of saying, all right, how's it going? Is it working for you? How can we change this? What can we do to make this easier for you? And the key word here is easy, right? We needed to make it easy. We need to make it something that it's a no-brainer for them to say, hey, I can do this. This is 5 minutes out of my day. I can do this. It's not a problem, right?
Exactly.
We're not asking them to, take hours out of their day to do these tasks. And, and sometimes, and I guess my next question would be, so if, say we have a business owner and they have, some employees, can their employees also, do you incorporate their employees into your strategies to be able to maybe, hey, the big guy, he can't do this, but maybe their office staff, they take a half hour and work on these subjects like you're offering to them, and see if they can do some of that. Does that work as well? Does it have to be the business owner, or is this something that the business owner really needs to do himself?
That's a great question. Basically, we treat every business as a team. And yes, we do need an accountable person who cares about the business. It could be a board of directors, it could be the owner or CEO, whatever. Can a person accomplish all this stuff alone if there is a team of people working for him? No way. All people should be involved.
Yep.
In at some point, we'll need any help we can get. Like
Right.
the business owner, especially if we're talking about medium-sized businesses, he's well aware of all the levels of his business, but the frontline guys knows their job 10 times better than the owner.
Yes. Yes, they do. I agree 100%. Absolutely. And when you say team, I think any business or any even like I said, in your own life, when you work as a team and you work together, it's so much easier because you hold each other accountable. You hold yourself accountable. Working as a team, you get so much more done than you if you just try to do everything yourself. And I've learned part of my business is that I incorporate all these referral partners like yourself, right? I don't know how to do these things. I'm not I have no idea of how to do what you do. So I introduce you to a client and you offer that service to them, and it's just we all work together as a team to help each other. And it's same with business owners. If you have a team working for you, that's what you pay them for, right? You pay them to help you with the business, to pay you do their job and grow that business. And incorporating everybody into your process, I think, is extremely important and gets that business owner to where they need to be, because he doesn't feel like everything is on his shoulder. Because as a business owner, we constantly feel like the weight of the world is on our shoulders, because it's our business and ultimately it's our responsibility if that business fails or if that business is successful. No matter what happens and who is involved in it, that weight of the shoulder is always there. Because fail, succeed, that's completely up to you. But having that team in place just takes that pressure off. And I think that is extremely important to help business owners to really kind of focus and do the things they need to do, and feel like they don't have to do everything themselves.
Right.
So again, this was amazing information. I am very excited that you came on the show, and I'm so thankful that you were able to share all this information. And I learned a ton myself. I'm very excited to, kind of sit down with you and see how you can help my business as well. Because I, have focus and I tend to, procrastinate. All the things you said, I do. And, it gets done, but I know that I can run it more efficiently and I can do it better, and not be, working to the point where I feel like it's not getting me anywhere. And now just implementing some of those things you even taught me today could make a huge difference. And it's just a minute, little changes that I can make that make a huge impact. So again, thank you so much for coming on the show. I appreciate it. Again, how can people reach out to you so they can learn more about what you do and how you can help them?
Well, there is a website, goperform.pro, or my email, boris@goperform.pro.
Great.
Reach out and you'll get the advice at least.
That's amazing. Thank you so much again. And everybody, thank you for joining us today. And I appreciate you coming on. Have a great day.
Okay.